Crusader Kings 3, a game that is perfect for modding and luckily for us has many talented modders making all sorts of mods. And today we have a list of the top 5 total conversion mods which was voted on by you guys. So thanks to all 780 of you who voted a total of 2,755 times. And also we are on the road to 100,000, which is just insane to even say. So if everybody watching subscribed, we would hit it in no time and it would mean so much to me. Thank you. Coming in at number 5 with 205 votes, we have the incredible More Bookmarks Plus, which adds over 20 new start dates to choose from, all the way from the early Middle Ages in 769 with Charlemagne to 1337 with the 100 Years' War between England and France. Like, if you just love vanilla CK3 and don't want to change the base game too much, this is definitely the mod for you, as the game plays for the most part the same, but now you have way more content and so many new starts to try. My favourite are 936 AD, the Iron Century, where you can play as Otto the Great and recreate his achievement of being crowned Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. The fall of Kiev in 1246 puts you 20 years after Genghis Khan's death, where his rampage can still be seen on the map and his people still try and conquer further west. You can start as the ruler of Hungary and attempt to push them back. Oh, and another thing I still haven't mentioned, More Bookmarks Plus extends the map, fully adding Asia. Once again, adding even more fun starts for you to try. And on top of all of that, it comes with new decisions, events, cultures, religions, a tributary system, and even integrate some other mods, like Cities of Wonder 3 and Silk Road. Probably the most used total conversion mod in my videos, and honestly, for good reason. Now next up at 4th with 292 votes, we have The Lord of the Rings Realms in Exile, which brings the amazing world of Middle-earth with all your favourite characters to CK3. First of all, the map is absolutely beautiful. From the misty volcano lands of Sauron's Mordor, the bright lake of the Golden King's domain, or the amazing city of Minas Tirith. And to explore the map, there are just so many possible playthroughs. Sauron is a personal favourite, of course. At just 21,405 years old, to be precise, he can destroy pretty much anyone with his terrifying units, like the 700 damage Olog High, and his ability to use dark rituals, which can spawn entire armies, raise the dead, and a bunch of other great effects. And on the other hand, we have the elves, who are also extremely powerful with their royal elk riders, and their ability to colonize the wilderness to eventually restore their old homeland, the Greenwood. And of course, we couldn't forget Saruman. In his search for the One Ring, he has the option to join Sauron, convert into his faith and religion, giving you access to the extremely powerful dark rituals. Or, on the other hand, you can refuse and set your goals on taking him down instead. Another thing I have to mention is the impressive character designs, like the orcs and of course Sauron himself. So yeah, Realms in Exile, easily one of the best total conversion mods, as in my opinion, it's just the mod that promotes pure fun and chaos. At number 3 with 340 votes is the Fallen Eagle, adding 4 new start dates, 361, 395, 476 and 532, with 632 and 768 still planned for the future. And also, each start date is so detailed, like it's not just the map and characters placed, there are so many decisions, events, and completely new mechanics added as well, like the imperial laws for the Roman Empire, forcing you to manage military, civic, and diplomatic competence, each with their own set of laws, which if not managed well, can cause your empire to shatter. There's also the Senate with more laws, and tasking you with keeping them all loyal. They also make pretty big use of the struggle mechanic, like the Roman-Iranian Wars in 361, or the struggle for Greater Khorasan in 532. Now, of course, the Roman Empire is a massive focus of this mod, but there is just as much stuff to do while not playing as them. In 476, just after the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, Britannia is left without a true ruler. With many people fighting for control, the struggle for Britannia begins. Whether you want to reclaim it for the Celts or once again establish Roman control is completely up to you. My favourite start has been Childeric of the Franks, father to the great Clovis, who went on to unite the Frankish tribes and start a new era for the Franks as he converted to Catholicism. And this start has loads of unique events where you go on to invade those around you. Overall, an incredibly detailed mod that just keeps getting better and better. Now, coming in at number 2 is Elder Kings 2 with 351 votes, bringing us to the incredible world of Tamriel from the Elder Scrolls.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Set about 1,000 years before Skyrim. Now, these are games I have spent a lot of time on when I was younger, so bringing all this to my favourite game is absolutely amazing. The map, of course, is really well made, capturing the worlds from Morrowind, Skyrim, and Cyrodiil from Oblivion, each populated with their unique races, like the Ultima in Alinor, the Orcs and Nords in Skyrim, and of course, the Khajiit of Elsewhere, all playable. Each race comes equipped with their own men-at-arms. My favourite is the Bear Cavalry, usable by the Orcs, which I used while forming the Empire of Greater Orsinium, which forced me to go to war with all the powerful kings of Skyrim while managing the Orcs' unique inheritance, as your brothers can challenge you to combat, and if they beat you, they can actually take your title, so high prowess is a must. And of course, it wouldn't be Elder Scrolls without some magic, adding a new lifestyle tree, letting you become a true god of destruction, devastating provinces, raising Daedric armies, or maybe you prefer to be a bit nicer. Restoration lets you remove diseases and spread vitality. But you know what, enough of that, back to being evil. You can be a necromancer vampire with the goal of turning the entire world to vampires. You can pretty much do whatever you want. But voted as the best total conversion mod with 401 votes is A Game of Thrones. It's another one of those mods where I haven't watched or read the books, but just like the Lord of the Rings, even I can still find a lot of fun here, which is definitely helped by how the theme of rulers, war and intrigue fits in Crusader Kings 3. The map consists of the Iron Throne, the Wall, and recently Essos added to the east. And the cities in this mod are like stupidly detailed. Castle Rock, the capital of the Lannisters, to the island city of Tyrosh, all just really stand out and look like proper cities, which you don't ever really see anywhere else in CK3. And of course, the map is full of unique and interesting playthroughs, from reviving House Rain and taking revenge on Tywin Lannister to waging war as King Mylys the Monstrous, by landing your allies and going to war for the Iron Throne, and so much more. There's of course also a ton of unique mechanics here as well. One I really like and would love to see it included in the base game of CK3 is the ability to train courtiers as a squire and build their skills until eventually they are good enough to become a proper knight. And mega wars are particularly brutal. After taking the Iron Throne as Mylys, I was able to completely execute the entire dynasties of the families who stood against me, forcing you to be, a little more cautious when declaring these big wars. There's also new council positions like the Master of Ships and Hand of the King, but if you rule the Iron Throne, you also get access to the King's Guard, a collection of your best knights, tasked with stopping any murder schemes against you. And I can't lie, I kind of love it when mods include a struggle mechanic, as I think it just adds so much to certain areas, and AGOT includes a really fun one, Beyond the Wall, tasking you with uniting the area. And the last thing I want to mention is the massive amount of armor and weapons. And the thing I really like about this is that I think the vast majority of them are actual artifacts in-game as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree with this top 5 list, or maybe what you would have changed. But thank you all so much for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.